So today we're going to be talking about factoring and reviewing it. So factoring an expression is rewriting it as a product of its factors. But the first step to factoring any expression, including quadratic expressions, is to look for a greatest common factor. That's right. Factoring out a GCF, or greatest common factor, as the not as cool people say, should always be your first step. In fact, sometimes that's all you can do. So let's try factoring out a few things. Here's our first one. Right here it says 4x squared plus 20x minus 12. Well, the greatest common factor between 4, 20, and 12 is in fact the number 4, because 4 goes into 4 well once, so that just becomes x squared. Plus 4 times 5 is 20, so plus 5x, minus 4 times 3 is 12. Now, I don't really want to factor out this next part because, well, it doesn't factor out well. So let's move on. Here's a new one. 7p squared plus 21. The greatest common factor between 7 and 21 is, in fact, 7, which means p squared plus 3. Now, we actually can't factor out p squared plus 3 without using imaginary numbers, so we're not going to factor it. Here's another, t squared plus 3t. In this case, our greatest common factor isn't a number, but a letter. In this case, the variable t. So it would become t times t is t squared plus 3, because 3 times t is 3t. And that would be those. So now there are a few different ways to factor quadratics, and we're going to take a look at a couple of these methods, and you can choose which one you like best. So take it away, David. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you there. So, for this part of the video, you need to decide which way you want to learn about factoring. If you want to learn about the box method, click right here. If you want to learn about grouping, that's up on this side. And of course, if you want to learn about the difference of squares, right there. So, there you go. Oh, if you don't have access, the links are in the description.